Hi fellow traders, I hope everybody had a great week this week. I hope you ended green, but if you didn't, we got next week, we got the week after. We're gonna get you there. Just stay the course. Today, this video, I'm gonna cover three different things. First, I'm gonna answer the question of the week. I normally do it in the Rolling with Ed video, but Sunday is Mother's Day, so I'm gonna be rolling with Mom. So I'm gonna do that video today. I'm gonna recap today and recap the week so you can see where we are up to this point and where we're going from there. So if you didn't see the intro, the question that we don't get it as much because most of the time this question is asked amongst the members behind the scenes, traders behind the scenes, but every now and then we do get this question. It's like, well, I'm trading the same strategies you trade. I'm trading the same stocks. How do you make money on it and I don't? And I can answer that question with a question. I know you're not supposed to answer a question with a question, but in this case, that's what I have to do. And the question is, are you teachable? If you're not teachable and you're not following what I'm putting out there and you're following me, or if you're following somebody else and you're not following what they're putting out there, there's no way you're going to be successful. It's very difficult unless you just magically come up with your own, thing. Or luckily, not magically, but you luckily come up with something that actually works consistently for you and you can be consistently profitable. Now, I know some people are teaching you strategies and they don't trade them themselves, or you can't really see how they execute these trades. That makes it challenging, but there are people out there that are teaching and that show their trades being executed so you can learn from that. But the problem is you're not teachable, and what I mean by that is you're not following what's being taught. And case in point, here's something that happened today for several people. I was trading JD, and I entered it and it goes the other way, which typically it does. Most of the time when we get in the stock, it may start to go our way, but it'll go against us. That's just the way the market moves. Rarely will it just go our way and keep going. So we got a nice little bounce. It tested the moving averages, and then it came back and it started to sell. Well, a lot of people took it off and went red on the trade. They didn't have their stop. They didn't have a trade plan written out. They didn't know where their stop was going to be. They just got in because I got in, and they looking at their P&L, it started to look too red and they took it off. If you don't build your own trade plan, then you're not following what you're being taught. If you're not putting your stop in the right place, you're not doing what you're being taught. You're doing your own thing. And when we look at this trade today on our recap, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And here's a perfect example. There's a guy, and you guys in the room, I already told you about one of the fellow members who wanted to sit right beside me every morning and trade with me because he felt that's the only way he could do it, that he needed somebody right next to him to help guide him. So I was like, well, the only way I can do it is virtually, and I don't think you want to spend the kind of money on this thing, but for some reason he did. But he's wasting his money. And I told him that today because he's not teachable. Everything hit ahead today. And let me tell you why. We set up something on Sunday that he was supposed to start with $1,000. You know, I told him that a week ago. He wanted to start with $500. I said, no, that's not going to work. I recommend $2,500, but a bare minimum, if you want to get started, is going to be $1,000. And we're going to have to work with smaller share sizes, you know, but it builds up. Okay, we established that. I established we're trading one strategy. It's going to be one and done for the first couple of weeks. That you take one trade, win, lose, or draw. Whatever happens, you shut it down and you're done for the day. You can sit back and just watch. You can paper trade or whatever, but we're not trading live. He broke that rule. So that's two strikes. The third strike, he should have been out. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he did not stick to his trade plan. Instead of taking profit where he was supposed to, he said it wasn't enough money, so he was waiting for it to get down long, you know, further. He ended up losing money. And he wouldn't get out. He holds the stock all day long. And I'm like, you know, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. He's not teachable. Okay? So Thursday comes along. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on all three trades. And I said this after Monday. He's like $80. It was like at $80. So okay, number one, you shouldn't be watching your P&L. I told you about that. So he didn't want to take it because it was at $80. And I said, well, think about this. You got a $500 account. You made $80. You would make $80. That is a 16% increase. Where the hell are you going to put $500 in an hour, make 16% on it? Nowhere I know other than the market. But you got to know what you got to follow the trade plan. If you made that 16% every day, just calculate it out and see how fast you'll get to where you want to go. But that didn't register. Tuesday did the same thing. Wednesday did the same thing. Yesterday took multiple trades. So today was a straw that broke the camel's back. I told him, obviously now he doesn't have $500. He's got right at like $285 left. And I told him it's all because you didn't listen. All because you're not teachable. And until you get your money back straight, and until you're willing to listen and learn, I can't help you. You're wasting my time. And my time is a lot more valuable. And I mean, sometimes it has to come to that. But guys, you have to be teachable. You can't take things and change it around because you don't believe in what I'm telling you or whoever you're following telling you. If you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be listening to us anyway. You know, you wouldn't be in our community trying to learn how to trade. So we've made it. I've come where you come from. I've started with nothing. Okay? I mean, I can't even get you to understand how I was feeling when I first started this journey and how bad I needed this to happen for me and my family. And I was making some pretty bad mistakes. I personally went through everything I just described to you. I've been through it. That's how I know it's true. Not just being a teacher and being on the other side. On this side, I was on the other side at first. And another big issue is, and what happens is if you go against the rules. Okay, let's say I'm in a stock and it goes up and it doesn't make my profit target, so I'm not going to take it off. You know, I'm following my trade plan. So it comes back down and it doesn't go back up. I ended up getting stopped out. Well, let's say you decide to just take it off. because you didn't want to go red on the trade. And you end up making $60, $70. All right. And then you're going to say, you know what? I'm not going to follow Ed anymore because he's teaching me how to lose money. But at the end of the week, every day I'm doing my same thing. You know, I'm holding out to my first target. I'm not cutting it off early. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. At the end of the week, I made $1,000. At the end of the week, you lost $400. Okay, so tell me who knows what they're doing and who doesn't know what they're doing. Okay, I was on that side as well. When I first started, I was on that side. It was like, I didn't wait for the target. I was watching my P&L. I got $30, $40. I took it off. Didn't care whether it hit my target or not. But I wasn't making money. At the end of the week, I'd be red. I'd make a couple of dollars and then my loss would kill it. I could win on 4 trades, 5 trades, and one losing trade will wipe it out because I didn't let my winners, the stocks that I was working on, hit my target. But I waited for my stop to hit because I was sitting there hoping that it would eventually come back and work. And that's what happens. So I'm not saying that it's about letting your winners run, because that's not the terminology I like to use. I like to use executing your trade plans. You have your profit target set. It's based on a significant level that the stock should hit if the trade works. So let it work. If it doesn't work, stop out and move on. Manage your risk. So if I lose on 3 trades and you make a couple dollars, and then I win on the next trade and you end up losing, who's going to have money at the end of the week? You know, so that's kind of how you got to think about it. But you got to be teachable. You got to be willing to go backwards sometimes to go forwards. You know, a lot of the people have issues with the roadmap because it takes them back to the beginning. But if you didn't do a trading business plan at the beginning, you have no idea what you're up against. So you definitely have to start there. If you don't know how to execute a trade plan, if you don't have the discipline to execute a trade plan without fail, then you need to do that simple exercise. If not, you're never going to get there. Plus, that exercise teaches you how to read price action. You're doing it passively. You're doing it without even thinking about it, which makes it better learning. You know, so I'm not dumb. I know exactly what I'm doing. You know, I've been to all of these curriculum classes and all of that stuff. I know what it takes to learn. I know what it takes to get inside of your head. And I know you only learn by doing. You can't learn by reading books, watching videos. You have to actually do it. But when you're doing it, you've got to follow a plan. And that's how you're going to learn. Because when you make mistakes, you're going to learn what happens when you don't follow this or you don't follow that. So, you know, I've talked too much on that. I know this is a long-winded answer to a very simple question, but you know me, I get passionate about something, and this is something that I hate seeing traders go through. I hate seeing them throw away potential trading careers because they have the wrong mindset. They're not teachable. They think they know more than they really do, and you end up going south. I mean, like I said, I started out that way. I'm thankful that I had people to help get me in the right direction. And there were people that started out with me that aren't here anymore because they refused to listen. And they called me an idiot for doing what I was doing. So all I got to say is, who's the idiot now? So let's go ahead and take a look at what we did today and where we are for the week. So come on, let's check it out. All right, so this week, almost made $1,000. Almost made $1,000, but just a little bit better than last week. Just a little, one red day, one red day. At least it doesn't look like April. April was pathetic. April was a pathetic month. I had so much red in April. I didn't know what to do. But did pretty good. So 1529.85 for the week. Now I'm not adding up everything from this week for the month. The month is only covering Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of last week, and then this week. So if you try to add these numbers, they're not going to add up because I'm not counting Monday and Tuesday in the month of May. So pretty decent so far. And I hated yesterday. And the thing about what made me mad yesterday is that I had an earnings trade. I was ready to take it, but the internet in the car was messed up. I couldn't stay connected, and I missed it. I just flat missed the trade, and it would have put me green on the day. Should have had $300, maybe $400, but just kind of missed it. But that happens. The internet in my car is usually pretty good, but where I was yesterday at another doctor's office was kind of sketchy over there, so the signal wasn't all that great. But really, I'm pretty happy that for the week, okay for the month. I know we've got 2.5 more weeks. I think I've only got one day that I'm gonna be out, and that's gonna be Monday the 20th. I'll be in Vegas Friday through this Monday. We're flying back Monday. But I'm not flying out until after the market closes on Friday. So I'll be here the first part of Friday. Or, during the day Friday. Monday the 20th is the only day that I'll be out. The room will be up. And I'll still be in contact. But I'll be on the plane coming back that morning. What else? So I got 3 good weeks. 3 really solid weeks to go and going into the summer. So I think we'll be fine. So we'll take a look at our equity curve here. It's still going in the right direction. Still only these 2 humps, 2 red weeks in 2019. So I'm pretty good with that. Now we're not looking at the weekly one anymore. I told you I don't even look at that. That's not really important to me. What's important to me and what should be important to you is your equity curve. And if my man had done his equity curve, hopefully he does what I ask him to do and starts his equity curve. So, I'm going to I told him, I said, part of this deal is you're going to be my case study. I'm not going to identify you, but you're going to be my case study. And, right now it's not working out too well because if you don't listen and do what you're asked to do, it's going to be hard to be successful. So 18,311, remember, 25K, that's our next target. That's our next target in this, 25K. And you guys, you've seen everything I do every day. And I do exactly what I teach. The adjustments that I make are the ones that I teach you how to do when you get to that point. In the beginning, you can't make adjustments because you don't know what you're looking at. But if you do the right things and, learn and trade the right way, this thing is going to become really clear to you. And it's going to be hard for you to see the wrong things. You're going to have trades that should work that don't work. That's just the way the market is. Like what was that? OLY. I can't remember the stop from yesterday. Just like the one from yesterday, it was supposed to work. Good setup. It just didn't. Somebody aggressively bought it off a level that I didn't see, and I don't think anybody saw it. But that's just the way the market is. That's what we got to accept. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great weekend. I will be doing the watch list and market analysis session on Sunday. So, you guys, that's still going to be there. I'll be doing that at the same time. But just no rolling with it this week. All right, guys. Have a great one. And I will see you next week.